Imagine managing a supply chain with 200 suppliers, 500 customers, and 300 trucks moving products across multiple distribution centers every single day. Now imagine trying to answer a simple question: where is my shipment right now? For most companies, that simple question has no simple answer. Why? Because their supply chain runs on 5 different ERP systems, 20 disconnected applications, and data scattered across siloed databases. When a customer calls asking about their avocado delivery, operation teams are stuck making phone calls, checking multiple systems, and manually piecing together information that should be instant. This lack of visibility creates a real problems. Phantom inventory that exists in systems but not in the warehouse, missing delivery commitments, emergency expedited shipments. Planners can't optimize what they can't see. The fundamental challenge: creating a single source of truth that connects suppliers flowing through a central dock to distribution centers all the way to the end customers in real time. That is the supply chain visibility problem we are solving today. Hello, everyone. My name is Yadunathan. I'm a delivery solution architect with Databricks, and today I'm joined by my colleague and friend Saurabh. Together, we're going to show you how to solve one of the biggest challenges in supply chain: end-to-end visibility. Let's look at real example. A global electronic manufacturer took an average of 72 hours, 3 full days, just to locate shipment across their 15 warehouse network. The result? They held 8 million in duplicate safety stock, yet still faced 15% stock out because inventory was in wrong location. A fresh food distributor had no real-time visibility for perishable goods in transit. Without knowing where the shipments were or temperature conditions, they show an 18% spoilage rate. That's 3.5 million in product literally rotting en route. Customer complaints surged 40% in just 6 months. And an automotive parts supplier with a data siloed across 8 different ERPs faced production lines stop 3 times a month. Each incident cost $500,000. Their emergency air freight spending was double the industry average. Because when you can't see your supply chain, every problem becomes an emergency. Now, I'm going to hand it over to Saurabh to walk us through the architecture that make this all possible.
Thanks, Yedu. Wow, industries are really dealing with challenges that are getting harder to ignore. And this is where today I'm walking you through how Databricks solve these challenges practically and powerfully. Hello, everyone. I'm Saurabh Agrawal, a solution architect at Databricks. Today, we are excited to show you how we built a supply chain 360 control tower using Databricks' latest AI capabilities. Imagine having a conversational AI assistant that can instantly answer questions like: what's our inventory level at Chicago Distribution Center? Is the weather condition going to impact my shipment? All through natural language without writing a single SQL query. That's exactly what we have built, and I'm going to walk you through how it works. Let me quickly show you the architecture before we jump into the demo. At the heart of this architecture on your Lakehouse platform, you have your own Genie space, which is accessing your own data, your own metadata, and governed by Unity Catalog on your platform in your system. You connect to the external MCP server to get the real-time intelligence. That could be the market intelligence, all connected through Agentbricks Supervisor, which intelligently route queries to the right expert. And then once you get that information, any of the feedback from the user can be stored into the lake piece. But enough architecture talk. Let me show you this in action. We go back to the app, get started, and let's ask a question, how it will show the response for the real-time questions. What it's going to do, that app is going to connect to your multi-agent supervisor that you have created, which have your own Genie space, and you have your own external MCP server that you have tied up. Here I'm connecting to Taveli, and you can keep on adding more based on your need. The supervisor is going to take that question, pass down that question, and based on the nature of that question, it is going to reach out to one of these Genie Space to get the response, or the external MCP server, consolidate the outcome and give it back to you. You can click on experiments and you can see that this is the question we just asked. If you click on that, you will see how that question was passed and how the sub agent provided that information. Not only that, you can also look at the improved quality, which gives you the feedback ground. Your SMEs can do that and make sure you get the qualitative response. Let's go back to the chat. And this is where we got the response to our question. If there was a 4 week of disruption in Boston, DC, what would be the impact? More the data you have on the Databricks platform, you combine everything and get the insights out of that. Further to that, how can we build a comprehensive control tower interface that combines this supervisor endpoint that you are looking right now with the executive dashboard, end-to-end product traceability, all deployed seamlessly as an enhanced Databricks app? And this is where I'm going to show you another architecture where you have this piece of information that you just build up, and then you are keep on getting the information in the batch or streaming fashion using this particular pipeline into Databricks platform, and you access that information using the app, and your executives, your supply chain planner, your operational team can use that information and take the action to make your supply chain good for your organization. And this is where I'm going to hand it over to my friend, my colleague, Yedu, who is going to show this in action.
Thanks, Saurabh. Now let's bring this together in one application. Built on Databricks apps, this app is 4 tabs designed for different personas. Let's walk through them. First, the executive dashboard. Visibility means different things to different people. For supply chain executives, they need the pulse of the entire operation at a glance, not every shipment detail. Here, they see the demand forecast at 88% accuracy, inventory level at 84.7 million across DCs, on time and full delivery at 90%, logistics performance showing 15% of the shipment expedited or delayed. Below that, supplier performance with quality scores and on-time delivery matrices, color-coded by risk. And on the right, predictive risk analysis using AI to flag potential disruptions before they happen, weather, supplier issues, demand spikes, all quantified with contributing factors. Real-time snapshot. While executives needs the big picture, planners and operation team needs granular, actionable visibility. This tab delivers exactly that. At the top, you can filter by products or by status, giving you instant control. Right now, we are looking at 84.7 million in total inventory by value across the network, with 752 shipments currently in transit. This interactive map shows every shipment in real time. Different statuses are colored differently, and you can see it change dynamically by selecting the status filter. This gives you complete visibility into where every product is at any moment. Select a product from the dropdown, and you instantly see destination for products where it is headed, the estimated time of arrival, and whether there are any delays. If something is running late, you can immediately alert the customer or prepare for the incoming shipment. This is dynamic resource planning in action. You see a shipment arriving tomorrow, schedule labor, prepare receiving dock, and notify customers proactively. Let's move to the next tab, batch tracking. This tab designed specifically for product quality managers and planners who need to understand the complete end-to-end journey of a batch, from supplier all the way to the customer. Now, here is where this becomes critical. Let's consider a real-world scenario. There is a recall on organic avocados. You need to identify which batches are affected, trace them back to the source supplier, and track forward to every customer who received them. In a traditional system, this could take days or even weeks. Here, it takes seconds. Now let's enter a product and a batch ID. If you know the batch ID, you can track the complete end-to-end journey right here. Enter the batch number and you instantly see the full supply chain path. Which supplier shipped it, when it arrived at the dock, which DC it was routed to, and ultimately which customer received it. Now click on track history and you get the detailed event log. Every touch point, every location, every timestamp, you can see exactly when the batch left the supplier, arrived at the dock, was transferred to the DC, and shipped to the customer. This is full traceability in action. With this visibility, you can immediately stop procuring from that supplier, quarantine remaining inventory at the DC, and alert every customer who received the affected batch. What used to be a multi-day fire drill, now a matter of minutes. That is the power of real-time batch traceability. Finally, let's move to the Planning Agent tab. Now that we have complete visibility into our supply chain data, let's take it to the next level. We have built a supply chain agent that helps improve efficiency in planning and order fulfillment. This is a supervisor agent built using Agentbricks by Databricks. That means it's powered by multiple sub-agents working together under the hood. So I'm just asking what is the inventory level at Atlanta DC. The agent instantly pulls the data and responds. You can see that it actually throws out the detailed inventory report for you on all the products. Now, let's make it more complex with a real world scenario that's common in CPG world, a demand spike. So a customer is asking us to ship 50,000 avocados the day after tomorrow because of a spike due to a Super Bowl event. We're just asking the agent to help. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the agent has done. The supervisor agent orchestrates multiple sub-agents in sequence. It checks the corresponding DC for good food, reviews the current orders, evaluate excess inventory at other DCs, look at the incoming supply, and checks the supplier order, and comes up with a plan of shipment. I prompted it to consider using the safety stock. As you can see here, it came up with a revised shipment plan. It also uses external MCP server to calculate the estimated shipment cost and the weather impact. Now that we have a plan, we can extend this agent to get codes from third-party logistics marketplaces, schedule the shipments, and even create the transfer orders from DC to DC in the backend ERP automatically. We have now seen how an organization can move from disparate, disconnected system to an agentic supply chain, where AI doesn't just show you the data, but helps you to act intelligently. That's all for this demo. Thank you for watching.